Uh, I will be talking with you on the other side of my intro.
That's right. We're on live. We're gonna get this thing done one way or another. What's up to y'all?
What's up, everybody? I'll be with you in a second. Okay. What's up, everybody? My name is Anthony, and you see the title, or you hear the title, which is entitled, what is it? Oh, what I feel about the Chauvin trial. We excited today. What's my opinion about it? How do I really feel? And I have some guests with me today. My road dogs. You know, every time some issues like this come up, they always call me, want to be a part of it, and I'm excited to have them on. Before I begin, I want to send a shout out. No, let me do this. Make sure y'all to subscribe, hit the notification bell. Stay with me. For newcomers, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment, like, share. And you old timers, y'all already know what to do. We're gonna be talking about the trial. We're gonna get this out of the way. Demetrius, you settled?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, we're gonna get this out of the way. And if you have any questions, you are welcome to send them my way. I'd be glad to entertain them, and my guests will be glad as well. But I have a few things to talk about before I get to the issue at hand. I want to say a big happy birthday to my guests, one of my guests, my main man, Big Ed, First Amendment Ed. He has a birthday today. What's up? All right, happy birthday, Big Ed. And
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right. And send a shout out to my girl. She's working today. Alita from Alita's Humble Life and what have you. So she would have been joining us, and we're just gonna send a shout out to her. But before I do that, let me also introduce my guests. They are no strangers to the show. I'm gonna let Ed go first since he's the birthday guy, and then my man, my man Demetrius handle your business. Go ahead, Ed.
What's up, y'all? Man, it's good to be back again, hanging out with y'all and talking some of this current event stuff. But my name is First Amendment Ed. You can check me out on my channel, First Amendment Ed, on YouTube, or Ed Davis on Facebook. I'm anxious to get into this topic.
Okay. How does it feel to be a day older, though? I mean, a year older.
You know what,
Ed.
man? I done decided. You know what? As old as my ass is, I'm celebrating every one I get. Cause just keeping it real. Tomorrow ain't promised, so
That's right. That's right.
every birthday roll through, I'm gonna celebrate.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, you can celebrate my birthday too, which is January 29th.
Okay.
Okay. My man, man, all the way from the great country of England, Danny Mac says happy birthday, Ed. So he's
Happy birthday, Mac. Danny Mac.
no, he said he told you happy birthday.
That's what I said.
Oh.
Thank you very much, Danny Mac.
Okay, and Demetrius, what's up?
What's going on with it? This is Demetrius. Good to be back on the show as always. It's a hot topic, as I said. Y'all can check me out on Facebook. First name Demetrius, last name Cuniers. If I need a spelling, y'all put it in the comment, because I don't want to be long-winded. So y'all put it in the comments. I want the first name and last name spelling, and I'll spell it once Anthony let me know someone wants to spell them. But that's what it is. Excuse me. Let's get this thing done, because I'm ready to have some continue the celebration tonight.
Okay, you're fading in and out just a little bit, so if you want to like readjust yourself with the where you are as far as the internet, it'd be cool. All right, today's topic: what does the Chauvin guilty verdict really mean? I'm quite sure we have all checked it out. And look, this is the deal. Like I said some weeks ago, that there's more to me, there's more to us than just blindness. And there are times when I try to kind of deviate from the norm and talk about other issues that affect us, because just because we're visually impaired, that does not mean that these issues do not affect us. And that's why I want to talk about these current events. And that's why I brought my guest in to help me to talk about it as well. So we're going to talk about the trial. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments. As I mentioned, I talked about it earlier, and people had sent some crazy remarks. I kind of like don't like go back and forth as far as rebutting, you know what I'm saying. But this time, I'll be obliged to challenge you in certain situations. So with that being said, I'm gonna let Ed go ahead and talk about not we don't want to tell we don't I don't want you to tell them what you think about the trial, but just give us a little roundabout. Since you've checked out the trial over the past 7 weeks, what have you learned? What what's your opinion about it?
Well, I mean, number one, I think the prosecution did a very, very good job. I mean, briefly, in past trials such as this, it looks like the prosecution was basically on the police side. But for, I guess, because of the attention that this trial got, or whatever the case may be, I mean, it was all about getting justice for George Floyd, man. And I mean, I think they did an excellent job. And the defense, I mean, they was just lost in their stuff. So I'm gonna keep it brief. So let's move on.
No, go ahead. You go ahead. Go ahead. I'll let you know.
Well, I mean, it's just like I said, the defense. I mean, come on, prosecution was out there 2 weeks. They had plenty of witnesses, experts on everything. They had ranking officers, yada yada yada. And then here come his defense, man, and what they had 2 days of witnesses. I mean, there was nothing. I mean, dude tried to make their case in closing arguments, and
That's
I mean, it just didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? But man, I appreciate the jury. I'm glad the jury was paying attention. They realized, the truth from the hypothetical that they definitely tried to portray within the trial. But man, and they came back with a jury with a verdict in a hurry. And man, I'm just glad they got him on all three.
okay. All right. Well, Demetrius, go ahead. Give us a little summarization of what you gathered from the trial.
I think the prosecution did a really good job with that trial. To be honest with y'all, man, that was splendid, superb, outstanding job. They couldn't have done a no better job than that. That was great. He didn't have a defense, and like I was watching it, and I'm like, man, like he don't really have a defense. And then when he tried to do the defense, it's like he just kept on getting shot down, like kind of like football, just kept on getting you know sacked or whatever. You know what I mean? Like he just didn't have nothing. So like I feel like justice in a very small sense was served.
Okay. Well, my opinion is, as a criminal justice major, I enjoy trials all over, but to me, I just didn't feel that the defense had a really good defense. Of course, their duty is to try to protect their clients, so they're going to try to pull out all stops. And when they got to the last stop, which was saying that the exhaust from the car could have been something that killed him, I knew it was over then, because I mean that was really beyond me. So other than that, I liked how the prosecution presented its case, and the defense, they tried, but it's just to no avail. So I'm glad, as like Ed was saying, that they had a jury who brought back a guilty verdict, which is
That's
what
right.
which is what was needed and whatnot. So with that being said, we're gonna talk to the y'all and ask, or at least I'm gonna ask y'all, what you all think about the actual trial itself, and what does it mean to you all. Go ahead, Ed.
Well, I mean, this trial, I mean, ever since George Floyd's murder, I believe that how can I say, I mean, it's almost like they say a perfect storm. I mean, we had the murder, we had COVID, we had people stuck at home, and all of this various different things. But in that, people were allowed to actually see the injustice. You know what I'm saying? That's going on. Within the black and brown community, or, minority communities. And I mean, they came out in groves. I mean, like I said, you had people, protesting in Iowa or Idaho where there ain't no black folks. So I mean, it to me it sparked a change. And I know I'm hoping for that this is something that we have a generation of change coming up on us right now. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, as far as the trial, I mean, yeah, we got a victory. We won this war, but we damn sure ain't won the battle. I mean, it's not over. I mean, we still got a long way to go, but as they say, let's take this little territory right here and move forward and try to make it happen, man.
Okay, great point. Go ahead, D.
So you said, what my thoughts on the trial?
What do you? Yeah, your thoughts on the trial? What is it? And what does it mean to
What
you
it
as
means,
far as
that's right. All right. I think to me, I didn't know anything that you studied criminal justice. I think just to see that kind of play out was like, to me, like, what it means to me is that the justice system actually works, right? But it worked because of what we just said. The the prosecute the prosecution had a really good solid case. Now, like Ed said, we have a lot more work to do because everybody, I think, the original time was 8:46, and then we found out there was 9 minutes and 29 seconds, if I have it right.
yeah?
Right.
So there's just a lot of work to do. Congress, we need to get some police reform done. This should have never happened. Should never happen. It was very unfortunate. Over $20. Like if it was me, if I was a cop, I would have, paid that $20. It's not worth taking someone's life. So, that's just my answer right there.
Okay. Now, I want to kind of flip the script a little bit and say this. I've been getting some comments, and I had my girlfriend look at the pictures, and they have been coming from people who are white.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, Ed, or if y'all don't know, maybe for the visually impaired people, Ed is a white guy. I want to get Ed your opinion, and he's grown up around black people, but I'm quite sure deep down inside he may have some thoughts about the trial itself as a white person. Now, speak to us about how you feel in terms of the actual trial itself, coming from your perspective, a white person's perspective. As I know you hung around a lot of blacks, but give me your opinion as far as that's concerned. And this is to let the people understand that this. I'm not trying to boast to say that I have white friends. Just the fact that he's going to give his own opinion about it, coming from his perspective, and to let you all know that hey, it's not just a one-sided thing as far as I'm concerned. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, and that's what I was trying to get at, in my last comment. I mean, because of that perfect storm I'm talking about, all these people were stuck at home. A lot of, they say white folks was, stuck at home, working from home, whatever, got the news on in the background, and they seeing this. I mean, normally they all off at work, they caught up in what they doing and yada, yada, yada. So they not really paying attention to the news. I mean, they may see, okay, well, they hear a murder about another killing and whatever. They're not really paying attention whether it was black or white or whatever. But the point being, they was able to visually watch this man. You know what I'm saying? Look into his eyes. His sunglasses up on top of his head. They looking at that. Just that. Man, it was just. From everybody I've talked to, it was really, really bad the way he looked. I mean, just excuse my language, but fuck y'all. I'm finna do what I want to do, regardless of what you say. Just that attitude. And like I said, it changed a lot of people. It brought a lot of folks out into the streets. Again, like I said, in Idaho, don't get me wrong, they do got black folks in Idaho, but not that many. But you got, Black Lives Matter protests going on in states like that. When you go to Black Lives Matter protests during those periods of time, I mean, the white folks was outnumbering the black and brown folks. So, I mean, I just think it was a catalyst to start a change, man. And, I mean, of course, like you said, I grew up with black folks, so I've seen it from, per se, your side of the fence. And I'm just glad that now a lot of, white folks, their eyes are open. I mean, again, I mean, of course, those that are not, the white nationalists and I mean, the true racists and whatnot, you ain't gonna change their mind no matter what you say, no matter what you do. But that average white person, I mean, let's keep it real, Anthony. I mean, I was thinking about this before. There are racists in every race. Okay. I mean, we got racist black folks, we got racist brown folks, we got racist white folks, we got racist yellow folks. You know what I'm saying? But they do not make up the majority. Now, on white folks, because they are the majority, there's a lot more of them than anybody else. I mean, they just do their thing a lot, But I mean, I think it woke up a lot of white folks, man. I really did. I really did.
Demetrius.
Whew.
So I said a lot. I ran on with it.
Go ahead. Now you good. And I got a question for y'all. Once I finish this, somebody asked the question. Go ahead. Demetrius.
Ask me the question, Anthony.
You don't want to.
Yeah, repeat what you're talking here because you said a lot.
He basically was stating in the end that even though white people are considered the majority. Go ahead.
Gotcha. So I mean, I think that this thing did open up a lot of white people mind, and like for me, I have a lot of African American friends, and I had heard that this kind of stuff was going on, but I didn't know to the extent, right? So when your eyes, I mean, when we talk about racism, I mean there's racism in all races, and I've seen it firsthand. The racism that some cops display, and it's disgusting. And so to me, I was ignorant to it. Now my eyes is open to it, and it's just bad. It's just bad. Like what's going on. So I think a lot of people, like Ed said, it opened up their eyes to see what was really going on. Because that dude, he had, Ed talked about how the police officer looked. Yeah, that police officer, he had a look like to kill. Like he didn't care about nothing, nobody. He thought that he was above the law.
Well,
I've never seen that. And the way that he was talking to him, and as a person that studied criminal justice, man, like he started the whole thing wrong. He was talking to him all aggressive, bro. It's like, where's the community policing, bro? It's only $20, bro.
Okay. Now, Danny posed a question that, and either one of y'all can jump in. Would the outcome would have been different if there wouldn't have been too much, a great deal of media coverage?
No, the outcome wouldn't have been there, man. There's just too much evidence, and a lot of people have said that. That's what Chauvin's lawyers try to argue about the media, but I don't think the media had nothing to do with this. I think that there was just so much overwhelming evidence that the jury, I mean, whoever didn't see this, that he was guilty, like to me, like something's up with that person. You know what I mean?
Well, in don't mind, I think old girl, what was the one that had the 8 minute and 46 seconds, 47 seconds, whatever it was, video that did it to Facebook. She blew their thing out the water because, I mean, they originally tried to say that, he was, acting crazy and suspected of being on drugs. And then, they had a medical event and that's what took him out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If not for that video,
that's right,
it would not have worked out this way.
That was an 18-year-old, right? The one that shot the video.
Yeah. I think she was actually 17, wasn't she?
At the time, and she was the one that was with the little 9-year-old, and they interviewed the 9-year-old today, and that was her cousin and what have you. But my opinion is this: to me, what does the guilty verdict mean? It black person, I look at it like this. I don't think that we as black people should be gloating, should be feeling, happy, good, whatever, just and just forgetting the fact that there's more work to be done. I mean, I understand that the guy was found guilty. Chauvin was found guilty on all accounts, but to me, that doesn't mean too much to me because I feel that that's just one little pea in the bucket, so to speak. So to me, I feel that there's enormous amount of work that needs to be done as far as reform, and I feel that we should continuously, as people, black and white, brown, and whatever, should continue to move in terms of trying to get some type of reform, trying to get some type of understanding with these policemen, and try to weed out the bad apples. And this, to me, this only shows that, like Demetrius was saying, that in this case, this cop was not above the law. And had it not, as I sum up, had it not been for all the overwhelming evidence and proof, you know what I'm saying, he probably would have gotten off. But this is what we need these days. We have to be vigilant with these cameras, and if we see things going on in terms of any kind of police situations, I think it's up to us as citizens to try to record it, from a distance or whatever, not trying to get involved, but try to record it so that we can at least if there's any contradictory statements, and whatnot, we will have the evidence and whatnot. Because with these body cameras, sometimes these police, that still doesn't mean anything because they still get off. So with that being
Turn
said,
them on and off at will.
exactly.
See,
So
I was about to say something.
with that being said, I just feel that there's a lot more work. There's no time for us to say, well, we got a victory and move on and whatnot, because there's still killings today and probably going to be more in the future. So whatever way that we can do to defend and protect our rights, I feel that we should do it. Ed, you want to comment?
Same thing like I was saying before. We may have won this battle, but the war ain't over. Like you say, it's still a lot going on. I mean, we just had one. I mean, what they say, 51 mass shootings since the thing where they shot up them Asian folks down there in Georgia.
About 45.
Yeah. I mean, but at the same time, like I said, they just shot another young man. You know what I'm saying? Then what's the other one where they shot that 13-year-old boy, threw his hands up, no gun in his. They gonna wait till he throw his guns and put his hands in the air, and then they gonna blast him in the chest. I mean, it's out of control what they do. So like you say, we're not out of the war. We may have won that battle, but we're not out of the war. And just, for our blind viewers or whatnot, y'all got these cameras too. We may not can see the action, but you can damn sure point it right at that sign.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Go ahead, Demetrius. That's a great point.
Man, yeah, you gotta keep filming. As far as what you said about the body cameras, I don't think a police officer should have the option to turn it on or off. Like in the middle, in the middle of a in the middle of a routine traffic stop, And if they do, they need to be reprimanded for that, because the body camera is there to protect everybody. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's got to be 100% accountability, and the police force, the police departments, they don't have that. I mean, I look at NOPD and what happened with Katrina, which that's a whole nother story. I ain't gonna touch on that, but I've referenced that because it's the same thing with this accountability. There's no accountability. So, I mean, we got more things to win. Like I said, this war is far from over.
So in essence, do you all feel elated, excited because Chauvin has gotten the sentencing he deserved, or y'all just basically feel that y'all are elated but still feel that there is more work to be done? Go ahead, Ed.
I mean, I'm glad that he was found guilty on all three counts. Do I think he got the thing he deserved? No, I think he should have got a life. But here again, my opinion on that is we got him guilty on three different charges. One of them is 40 years, one of them is 25 years, the other one is 10 years. I don't know how they do it, where they at, but I know out here in California, if they give you them consecutively, you got 75 years, partner. That might as well be life. And I wish that's what the judge would give him.
Yep. What about okay, Demetrius? Go ahead.
See, Ed's nice. He said life. I don't usually agree with the death penalty, but my belief is if you kill somebody like that, he should have gotten the death sentence. But then another half of me, see, the death penalty, that's probably too easy for him. So I guess life. I don't know.
Well, I understand that's opinionated because it was because he wasn't charged with a murder. And murder, you have to really prove that he actually intended on killing the guy. I mean, we may think so because of some of us may think so because of what they feel about the police.
Right.
That they're that they're what they're trying to do is kill a lot of black or brown people. But in the person's mind, you had to get in his mind to see if he and had to determine, oh yeah, he did mean to do it, blah blah blah. But that would have been hard to prove.
I mean, he had evil intentions. I mean. Like, to me, I think he had evil intentions from the jump gun, but that's neither there nor here, right? I mean, I don't know how the judge is going to do. I think they're going to look at everything, his criminal record. They're going to look at what his record was when he was working, but I heard that he had lots of complaints when he was working. So all that's going to get taken into account. And I hope that he does not get less than 20. He needs to get more than that. He needs to serve some time. You do the crime, you got to do the time, partner.
Okay. So as we wrap this up a little bit, I'm gonna ask y'all: do y'all think that they're gonna like by this one policeman actually getting found guilty? Or was found guilty. Do you think that it's going to make any changes in the minds of many of the police officers who may have some type of underlying intent, as you may say, or it just considered to be a rotten apple? Do y'all think it's going to change anything?
Of course, I hope so. I really do hope so. I hope this is a catalyst for change. But I mean, just in my 64 years as of today, man, I don't think so. I mean, I don't, the way things have gone throughout my life, you got to remember, I've seen the Watts ride, the LA rides, all these different things go on. I mean, not only that, living my life in the streets and seeing how they do. I don't think so, but I hope so.
Okay. Demetrius?
I'm in the middle. I think things going to change, but then I think things is not. I think we just got a lot of work to do, and the key to all this is everybody has to come together. And if everybody does not come together, then it's going to be the same problems. So, one can only hope and be optimistic, right? That the America that we know, the country of opportunity and democracy, and the country of living the dream and all that. One can only hope that this country can get it right, but we all have to unify, and that's the problem. Though a lot of people didn't want to unify, and right now we need it. We need it, man, because we got a lot more cases, man. Because his other three people that he worked with, they have to go to trial.
That's true.
And then you have the other person that shot Dante. I think it's Wright. Dante Wright.
Yeah.
So we got a lot more than that. So, like, I guess in summary, we got to put the prejudice aside, put all that politicking aside, and at the end of the day, what's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. And when it's wrong, it's wrong. You can't make something wrong right. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Well,
It does
I mean,
a lot of sense.
it does. Now I'm looking. I may sound a little optimistic in some aspects, but I don't think it's going to change anything. But it may cause them to think twice about some of the things that they have been doing in the past and whatnot. I mean, if you ride an apple, it's going to be hard to try to change that mental because you may have some racial undertones about what you're doing when you're doing it. But I just think that it's gonna probably because we all human. It's gonna probably make you think a little harder about the things that you are doing. Just so happens, just say something like this happens again, and there's a crowd of people around, and the knee, hopefully it doesn't happen. But the knee, the officer puts a knee on another person's neck, and you may, hey, get, this time, look, let me get off in the nick of time, or this, that, and the third, instead of being so belligerent and not complying and all this other stuff. So it may cause them to think, and I'm hoping that it would, but other than that, I don't know. But to echo your point, Demetrius, as far as we need to come together and all the other stuff, I've been on this earth for a long time, and I haven't seen too much of it happen. And when it does, it's always a situation where there's underlining meanings in terms of why people do certain things after we have come together. But to get back on what I'm saying, is what it means to me is that it's just like I say, it's just a drop in the bucket. There's work to be done in this. Understand? Hopefully, the reforms. They pass this reform to where that'll cause that policing would be more scrutinized as opposed to the way it is now, though.
Right.
So that's the situation. Y'all have any more?
I think, man, it's all about the training, right? I don't know. I just think, man, it's just all about the training. I know when I was at BRCC, when had an instructor, Paul Guidry. I don't know if you know him or not, Anthony. You might know him, might not, but Paul Guidry. He used to talk about community policing, man. That's what we missing, man. It's community policing, and we just don't have that.
Well, go ahead.
Because there's this big rift. People hate the police, and it seems like the police hate the people. But there's that rift because the police, they don't want to talk. They don't want to take the time to actually talk to the person when the situation's going on. They have this mentality, shoot to kill mentality, and it can't always be like that.
Well, I won't say it's so much as far as training, because this guy was not trained, whether he was not or was not or was. The Minnesota police chief stated that was not in the books. So that was something that he probably saw other individuals doing, and he just ended up getting caught. So it's not had nothing to do with training. And I want to say this, that thank God for the emergence of cameras and things like that, because this this probably was going on, or I won't say probably, this was going on way before the implement of iPhones and cameras and stuff like that. It's now, like I said, now it's coming to a forefront. Go ahead, Ed.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna piggyback on something Demetri was saying about training. Well, we all know that they get the proper training in the academy. It's when they leave the academy that the training gets diluted, because they get hooked up with these training officers that may already have these deep rooted ideas about how to do things, and then they're training these kids, these young rookies coming in. Okay, well, I forget what you heard in the academy. This is how we do it out here. As an example, right quick, I'm going to be real brief on this one. I did some time in the county jail, whatever, out here. And, L.A. County Sheriffs, if anybody knows about L.A. County Sheriffs, they some bad dudes. But anyway, I was asking, this one cop and a sheriff, and I asked him, man, why is the sheriffs in the county jail such assholes, And he said, the problem is you got this, these guys that could not make it on the street. So therefore, they get put into these facilities, to work these modules and cell blocks and so on and so forth. But every rookie has to do time in that county jail. And they have to work under those same assholes that could not make it in the street. So that's my whole point about training. Yes, you're going to get the proper training in the academy. It's them people that they put you in contact with once you get out of the academy that's going to give you the attitude that causes you to pull a gun on a black man in the street.
And let me pick back on what you just said. I know it's a little deviation from what we're talking about, but that goes to what I had heard yesterday about this. How people react, policemen react. They're like, well, man, if you give a policeman a badge, a gun, and a nice souped up car, and saying that he is the law, 22-year-old, 23-year-old, how do you think they're going to act in most cases? And in most cases, these young people cannot handle that particular pressure. So there may have to be some changes in terms of who they hire, in terms of how old you have to be or whatever, or do some more rigorous testing to determine, who should be on the police force or what have you. So that's my
I,
go ahead.
I mean, I think we need to look at the whole lethal force. I, you know, I think some cases, like if you have somebody running from you or whatever, yeah, you gotta. I don't want to say lethal, but every situation is different. But I think, like, and I know everybody can agree, this situation shouldn't have even went this far. Like, I mean, all he had to do was double check the 20, and if it was a fake 20, you know, like all he had to do, hey man, like I'm gonna pay this 20, I'm gonna pay this, but just to let you know that the 20 that you have is fake.
Well,
Right? So
the clerk, he kind of said that. I mean, when they interviewed him on one of the move
yeah,
station, he said he wished he could have just, to avoid all this. But that's hindsight is 2020. You
But
know,
but hold on, let's also go here. The
yeah,
bill that kid had in his possession was
uh,
it was taken in by the police and was found to be real.
yeah. That's the one I was about to touch on that too. And see, I was about to, man, you read my mind. I was about to say that too, but it's like, so I think that the officer should have just talked to me, yo, Mr. Floyd, I'm here because we got a report that there's a fake 20. Let me see the 20 so we can verify if it's fake. Just hold on for a second. I'll be right, I'll be here right with you.
but I
It's
like
all
those.
about tone and attitude.
But I like those scenarios though, Demetrius. And I mean, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate. We don't
Go
know.
ahead.
We don't know if I mean that sounds good in hindsight and saying that that's the proper way and all this other stuff. But we don't know if it was done or not. But if we can only suspect if that had been the case. So I like to imagine, you know. But if you're a policeman, in most cases, and your intentions, and look, they could have, and I'm gonna say this, they could have had a run in a couple of years back or a couple of months back, and because of the fact that
Yeah.
Chauvin is on the force, he could have said, well, okay, I'm gonna get him a back, or play get back, that type of stuff. And I'm not saying
Well,
that's why he
well, you
that's
bring
why he
that up.
was doing it.
Actually, there was a report
I'm
that
not saying
him
that
and
that's why it happened to kill
well,
him,
no,
but
but him and Floyd used to work at the same club as security officers.
Yeah, I heard that early on in the investigation.
And then Chauvin's daughter that Floyd was
yeah.
something around those
Yeah,
lines.
but
But I don't remember.
we're gonna keep it on that
No,
level
I know.
because
I'm just saying.
yeah,
I was just picking back a little, but
right.
yeah, I mean, it could have. I think it was all that, man. I think Chauvin knew what he was doing, and I get what you're saying. That you don't know every situation.
Right,
Every situation is different, and I respect that. But I don't know. Like to me, you got to pick and choose, man. I mean, I don't know. Again, my mentality wouldn't be shoot to kill. But I mean, if you start resisting, I mean, it just depends on the situation. I mean, if you really running from me, after you're not complying verbally, I'm gonna have to tase you or
Mhm,
something like that. I mean, I wouldn't want to do it. I don't think anybody wants to tase anybody.
mhm.
But that's a different situation. I don't think this.
Well, yeah,
Anyway,
but I mean, let's go here. I mean, like you said, this shoot to kill thing.
yeah,
This is a criminal justice system. This is not the criminal
Wow.
execution
Yeah,
system.
exactly. Yeah.
right.
Okay, so my point being, when they go to they do their training and they at the range or whatever, what do they have to shoot at? An upper torso of a black silhouette.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now go
Yeah.
figure.
where's the
Go figure.
body at? You know what I'm saying? Shoot him in the kneecap. You know what I'm saying? I mean, less than lethal shot. Don't shoot to kill. Shoot to bring him down. You know what I'm saying? He got the he
Exactly.
got he got the gun in his right arm. Hit him in the right shoulder. Make him drop it.
Yeah, but
I mean,
I wish that that these rotten apples really thought like this or kind of thought the way that we did and whatnot. But it's just an unfortunate situation. Like you said, like you were saying, Ed, if you have you get on that force, and when there might be people who are teased or bullied or whatever, I'm gonna go try out for the police academy. Boom! Now he has a little clout. Now he has a gun. Now he's bad. Now he is the law. Has him a nice souped up car with, nice 350
Right,
engine or
right, right,
whatever,
right, right,
and
right.
that part. So that's it's more of could be an egotistical type thing, but I don't know, but to piggyback off of what D was saying about the store situation, he could have this, he could have that. We didn't see that part, but one thing we do know is that
I saw that. I saw the whole thing.
I'm talking about as far as in the store, what the officer could have said to him, and
Oh yeah.
he could have done that. We don't know, but we were privy to what happened outside the store. We know that, so we can definitely comment and say that, hey, we wouldn't have done, we wouldn't have had that particular outcome. We wouldn't have done our services like that if we were cops or whatever. So
I saw the video from when he approached him at the car. I saw it from the beginning to the end.
Okay, now y'all do realize Chauvin was not even on
no,
scene when
exactly,
they approached him on the car.
exactly, yeah, that's true.
Right.
Okay, I mean Chauvin was the one that showed up late,
Yep.
right after when they was trying to get him in the back of that other car. Okay, I mean he snatched him out the car and says, "No, we gonna do it this way." Even when they was checking him out, and they said, "Should we put him in the recovery business?" He said, "Oh no, we gonna hold what we got. We waiting on the ambulance."
Okay, well,
You
that's the
know.
situation, man.
I heard that they were squeezing his fingers. All sorts
Now
of
he
stuff.
now he's
All
gonna
that.
hold what he's got. Yeah, I don't want to speculate with none of that. But so I'm glad that you all had come today, so we can talk about what it actually means to you all. And we have a few people that come on. So as we sum up one more time, Ed, you tell me what it means, what this guilty verdict means to you, and then Demetrius, and then we're gonna close. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, again, I'm happy we got the verdict that was deserving in this case. I mean, as far as these bad apples and stuff are concerned, I think the trial of the other three officers and holding them accountable to not stopping Chauvin is going to do something as far as waking up the good apples about stopping the bad apples when they doing stuff.
And I'm definitely anxious to see that trial because
Oh
I want to
yeah.
see what they're gonna get. So definitely look forward to that. Go ahead, Demetrius.
Yeah, I think this is a small piece. We have not won the war. I'm very anxious to see what the other officers are going to get. It's going to
Mhm.
be interesting. It's going to be interesting, but yeah, we need to get these bad rotten apples out, man. So I think this is I think that this could it's going to spark a lot of change. I think it's going to spark a lot of change, and I think some good's going to come out of it. It's going to take a lot of time because I think those other officers, I think they're going to trial like August or something. So
Mhm.
we got a long ways to go. All we can do is just keep on going with it, and stay positive, and keep on fighting for the change. I already know what to do.
Okay, well, I want to thank my partners, and I'm glad that we were able to have varying opinions about this particular topic. So, so you all, will get, different people's points of view and whatnot. Even though he's a white guy, I'm black, he's black. We all,
Wait, I'm not black. I'm white.
don't think a lot.
I'm white. You didn't know that?
Stop playing. So,
I am white, dude, for real.
for
Hey,
real.
from Turkey?
Yeah. I'm from Greece, dude. I've been white.
Oh, really? So,
Yes.
so that's the situation.
So you by yourself, partner.
So we have, and this is even better because we have varying opinions. I want to thank y'all for coming to the show and continue to support Third Eye Visions, where we motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and welcome all kind. What y'all got coming up next?
Chilling, man. I'm trying to get trying to get work. That's about it, man. Just chilling.
And what about you?
Man, I'm having a little gathering of close family and friends this weekend, do my little birthday thing, and I just want to throw this out there, man. What was his little baby girl's name? Deanna?
Gianni?
Gianni. I hope Gianni Floyd's words come true and her daddy changes the world.
Okay, we're gonna end it
That's
on
right.
that. We're gonna end it on that note. Thank
Happy
y'all.
birthday, Ed, by the way.
Thank you, thank you.
Hold on, y'all.